Serious question: are women doing the casual scene less nowadays, or am I just in my late 20s? Has there been a decline generally? Because I stopped doing it because I got sick of being treated badly, and I wonder if the casual scene had enough time for most women to realize that we get treated pretty badly. Happy for you if you don't get treated badly and decide not to do it anymore. Has anyone else had this shift? Or is it a symptom of being late 20s? If you still do it, how do you make sure it's any good? I ask these questions super respectfully and just generally curious, because it seems nowadays men on the apps are often very black and white about wanting casual. I'm in my early 20s and no one I know has casual sex. The main reasons being: 1. It's not safe. Between STDs and violence against women, it's not worth the risk. 2. It's almost never satisfying. Most of the time the man just wants a quick fuck and doesn't care if the woman was satisfied. I'm 27 and I'm done with it. I had one casual situation. Actually at 26, lol, and noped tf out of there. Only one person I know still does it, and she is only doing it out of financial necessity. I immediately started feeling like, how is this benefiting me? Every man wants a FWB, but they're never actually a friend. Women not having proper access to reproductive health care is another huge factor. Sucks that the conservatives had to go about it from this horrific angle, since it hurts all women. But without abortion access, my friends are choosing more wisely their sexual encounters. I think now that women are so extremely sexualized in the media and by men day to day talking about their angry aggro porn, women are just getting exhausted by it. It's hard to feel attracted enough and safe with the average man now to want to have a one-night stand. I think women are just less interested in men in general. Honestly, I'm just no longer interested. Men seem to have zero drive to treat women with actual respect, and I'm done trying to convince them that I deserve it. At this point, I'm comfortable being single forever. I'd rather put my energy into relationships that actually fulfill me. And that doesn't seem to be possible with men. Men keep hurting women. Casual situations make that way easier. No one I know really does, because it usually is not satisfying and can even be dangerous: STDs, rape, etc. Myself included. I would never have sex with a guy the first didn't know enough to trust, at least to respect my boundaries and whatnot, which you can't really know in a one-time meeting. The men ruined this for themselves with their abhorrent behavior. Casual sex can be okay if there is mutual respect. The problem is that the majority of men who engage in casual sex do not see the people that they sleep with as people and have no respect for the women with whom they have sex. Men still have a hierarchy of women in their heads, and it's all based on what they do for the men. Casual sex has little to no real benefit to women. To top it off, the sex usually sucks. I'm 30. Had some casual sex in my 20s. I would never do that now. It was dangerous then and it still is. I luckily never had issues with casual hookups though. I personally don't think the sex is worth it anymore. I can buy toys and not deal with manipulation. There are no benefits to casual sex now that vibrators can be purchased anonymously online. It's just not worth the risk of being murdered or RPED. And even if he's a normal dude and not a murderer, he probably won't make you cum anyway. Women don't have to go into sex shops to get dildos anymore. They're widely available online. There's no incentive to take a risk on a strange man for an unsatisfying, dangerous one-night stand when you can get your nut at home. Casual sex has absolutely no benefits for women unless she is sterile in my state because of draconian abortion restrictions. Plus, casual sex usually means the man does not give a f about you. So I doubt the sex is truly that enjoyable. How could it They will dispose of you immediately afterwards usually. Plus also, STDs. Casual sex is simply not worth the time, risk and effort. Emo. Men in general don't seem to be worth the effort. Most are needy and boring. I've started looking at lesbian profiles and they are a refreshing change. Too bad I'm straight. Most one-off casual sex with het men was usually bad or mediocre for me. Recurring casual was great, but I was treated as an inferior human by the men despite trying to respect and care as much as possible. But it's wasted on people who don't care. And they really don't want you to care either. Well, outside of stroking their ego and having a human wall listen to their life. For women, casual is often disappointing one way or another. Not sure if men have the same experience. It is a symptom of 2023. I see it now in all ages. And I love it. I have had this shift and also many friends. I am 38 and my friends are 19, 25, 33 and 45. Hands clapping. My problem was before I found my BF that most men wanted casual stuff on dating apps. I didn't IDK if it's chanced in the past year, but 2021-2022 wasn't the best for serious relationships. If I'm into someone, I usually don't want to have sex with anyone else. I'm usually into someone. I could really only see doing a hookup if I was straight out of a breakup and wanted a confidence booster. Also, I hate condoms but would need to use one with a non-serious partner. There's simply no way a man is going to get me off in a casual thing. That's a long conversation over months to build trust enough to 1. Tell them and 2. Feel comfortable enough for them to do those things. Maybe I would hook up with someone random like twice a year. But it's just not satisfying. I have sex to feel connected to another human. I use my vibrator to get off. The two can't be combined unless there's a relationship. I'm in my 40s and have given up on having relationships with men. Maybe it's my age group, but these men are just too self-centered to be the kind of partner I'd commit to. So instead of that, I'm dating a hot younger guy that I do not want a relationship with. I figure if he's going to end up disappointing me like all the others, at least I'm not super emotionally invested. I want to do casual so bad, but between the risk of violence and the risk of STDs, I'm so scared to do it. There was never any point in women schlepping their bodies around for men to use and then discard. Women bear all the risks of sex and can only be really satisfied when they are honored with long-term care commitment. Some women may settle for this casual scam at some time. But no little girl dreams of being passed around from man to man who don't give a F about her. I live for the day all women everywhere stop participating in wicked systems that give them nothing in return. Poly dating. 28 years old woman here. I've entirely shut down my dating outside of people I meet and click with in person. Monogamous people on apps can get really offended by my existence even if I make a point of avoiding anyone whose profile says they're looking for long-term monogamous. I understand the issue of people unicorn hunting and being predatory. So I can get where they're coming from. And those who are into the idea of an open relationship get creepy fast because of the perceived anonymity of the internet. Most of the women I know are in committed relationships. I've only been with one guy that's my fuck buddy, but after that, I wouldn't do casual sex ever again. It feels too empty. I'm 30 now and have been in a relationship for 6 years. However, I've never had casual sex. I used to feel like a prude for not having casual sex when I was in my early 20s, but honestly, the idea used to scare me. I couldn't trust a man I didn't know with my body and my safety. It felt like a barrier I wasn't prepared to remove. I had some unfortunate encounters with men as a teenager and I feel it had a lasting effect on me. My body felt like something I had to protect until I could trust that person.